We should, once it connects, this light should go solid. That's a good sign. There it is. Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Think, Learn, Do. For this episode, I wanted to revisit my monster stompers. I came up with a different idea of doing this. So I've got this phone in my pocket, right? So instead of having it do a Wi-Fi connection to my laptop and play the audio on there, I had this crazy idea to get a Bluetooth adapter or a Bluetooth module and have it send the Bluetooth signal to my phone and play the audio on my phone, which is, I'm carrying it in my pocket, so if I'm stomping, I can play it on my phone and still annoy my coworkers. So that's what we're going to look at today. Here's what our circuit's going to look like. So right now I'm going to be using my Node MCU again, but all it's going to be doing is talking to this module and then checking this switch to see if it's being stomped or not. And then what it'll do is send a serial message to this, which apparently these by default acts as a serial bridge or Bluetooth. So it'll forward this message onto my phone. So our circuit's going to look something like this. We're going to have our Node MCU, and I'm going to use two of these GPIO pins as serial connections to this Bluetooth module. This is the HM11. There's a couple of pins on here. So we're going to have TX, RX. I'm going to hook these up to the pins on the HM11. Then we're going to have a couple, or another GPIO. It's going to hook through to my switch here and connect it to ground, because we're going to use this as input pull-up, which will make this really easy to do, because when it connects it just pulls this to ground. We'll check the pin state with my Node MCU, and when it's closed it'll read this as low or ground or no voltage. And then once that happens, it'll just send a serial message to the HM11. And since it's already paired up with my phone over here, it'll forward this message to the phone. Phone will get it, and it can play the audio of stomping. So this is definitely, the easiest part about this is definitely going to be the hardware. I've got an app that I wrote on the Android phone, and it's just going to do all the Bluetooth stuff that was a real pain to figure out. And then once it gets that message, it's going to just play the audio file that's in there, and it'll be nice and stompy. I should also mention that we're going to have our ground and power over here. We're actually going to feed it off the Node MCU as well. This will be like positive and ground. Alright, let's get it built. Okay, we've got it all hooked up. Let's get it powered on. We got some blinking lights, that's good. Alright, so here's my wonderful app, and it's just using a default icon for now. We should, once it connects, this light should go solid. That's a good sign. Our volume's all the way up so we can hear it. There it is. So that seems to work pretty well. Nice. So for my final thoughts on this, that seemed to work pretty well. I like this, this switch I'm using. It's just a simple vibration switch apparently. It's just got a spring in there, and then the force of hitting the ground causes that spring to deflect and complete the circuit. So that seems to work better than my first attempt at this when I used just the tilt switch, so I'm liking that. So figuring out the Bluetooth connection here was probably the worst part of this project. I really hated that, but it was doable, so that's awesome that that's working. And then it would be awesome to expand this program over here on my phone, so that I could like be able to change like what sound's playing, maybe even once I get 2 of these set up, so I can actually put this on a shoe and try it out stomping. Be able to change what sound each foot makes. That would be pretty awesome. So that'll be a fun next step for this, to get another one of these modules and build up 2 and try it out again with 2 feet stomping. So that was fun, and thanks for watching.